Hey guys, Vulcan Trader here. Gonna do a little market update here. So this is what I'm playing at the moment. I think we've got some decently good setups happening here. So first off, AMC I think is a good play. I would buy it here. So what we happened is we got a lower low, a lower low, and then we had a higher low here. If you can see that, this price, 29.40 is slightly higher than 28.91. So you had that price, you have goes up, reverses, big dump here, and then but it didn't have enough pressure to go all the way down to here, and then so that's a higher low, and then now we just broke that lower high right here today. So which that price is 37.16. If we can hold above that today, then I'd say the reversal is confirmed. If this AMC closes below 37.16, then it's not confirmed, but seems like it's happening here. Had a lot of strong volume we got a little reversal here happening, so we'll see what happens the rest of the day. But yeah, it needs to hold up above 37.16, then it's confirmed, and then if so, I would I'd buy it here. It seems like it's going to happen, but you could wait till the end of the day if you want to be certain. Maybe it goes higher than that, or this is probably a good spot right here, though. But yeah, you could wait because this potentially could happen again. You don't know. But anyway, so the stop would be here at the lows, and then the I'd say target, at least first target, is about $50 because that's this range here. It's probably go up into that or about here, 51-ish, but maybe you sell a third or a half there and you hold the rest longer, see if it goes through the all-time highs, and you could trail it with like the 10-day moving average, like right here. And then as far as other Wall Street bets plays, I have a list here of all the different ones that are sort of related to it. But if we look at the other one, typical one, or GameStop, it looks like it's doing that too. Same thing. We had a lower low here, lower low, and then we had a higher low, and then this, I guess this was the last lower high right here, which is 166.90. If we break that, we went above it. Was it yesterday? But then didn't hold. Or is that right? Yeah. It closed at 163 instead of above 166.90. We're close to that at the moment. So yeah, if we close above that, then I'd say the reversal and the breakout's confirmed on GameStop too. And it's kind of a sympathy play, but AMC still seems to be the leader as far as how much it's going up, the action it's getting. Another one that's kind of similar that I like is Express. It was going up more than the others, and it's holding above its 50-day moving average, which is the green line here, where actually GameStop and AMC are not. And this is kind of like a little descending wedge bull flag here, if you can see that. So AMC reversal is confirmed and starts running, then I expect GameStop and these others to follow, but the others are weaker, and typically you want to be in the leader. It's the best. Like GameStop was the best at the beginning of the year, and then AMC on this last run was the best. We'll see. Maybe AMC continues to be the leader. Maybe another one takes over. But as far as what's up today, AMC seems to be the leader. So that's why. But anyway, those are kind of the GameStop and Express, the two others you could take a position as a sympathy play. For other stuff, I'm looking at Wish. Wish is sort of a Wall Street bets play, but it's more like a kind of dollar store e-commerce type of play, and they've got pretty good sales. I think they got sales at like $3 billion, and the market cap's $4 billion here. So, but anyway, it had this is a typical IPO pattern. It starts to make like this rounding down pattern, and then you'll have later on it'll round back up, and then a lot of times break the all-time high and continue here. So. But whenever you have so this was the old low, got undercut, gap down, a lot of fear selling, and undercut this low here, and that's usually a good entry. And then if you look here, you want to see it like, well, is it just going to keep trending down on this also? But if you see intraday here on the 15-minute chart, it went down, undercut the low of the first day of earnings the earnings selling gap down and undercut it right here this morning, and then reversed, eclipsed basically all of yesterday selling, just entirely. We'll see if it holds up here. I'd say if it holds up above $7 today, then that's pretty solid, and we might have the bottom in a wish right here. Could be wrong and it goes even further. Maybe you gotta stop $1 below this or something like that. And let's see, what's the low of this? 657. So maybe $1 or say a stop at 557 or something like that. And then so you're kind of what your play is gonna look like is like this. It'll be long position right here. And stop at say 557, like we're saying, $1 below the recent low, and then you put your target. I'd say first target up here at the old highs, and then maybe you could sell half there and keep the other half if it goes even higher. If that makes sense. So that's how I would do that. Or if you wanted, you could take a third or fourth off, like right here. That's still a good risk reward ratio at like 5 risk reward ratio there. And this one is even better, 16. So anyway, there's potential it could reverse here whenever that gets undercut, and I think that could be a good one. And then let's see what else. Let's see, current stuff I'm watching or looking. I don't have a position. All these are just stuff I'm kind of watching. KXIN is another good one. Say like China electric vehicle play, and I hear the government's going to basically back them and hold them up. And if you look at, see, this is it's like a power play. It's a low high tight flag, which meaning you got big down pattern, huge volume spike bar, and then you got a flag being made here after that high volume. It's holding up most of that high volume, and it looks like all the dips are getting bought. So I expect it to hopefully act like BTBT here. It had the same type of pattern. All this big down selling, huge volume spike, and then we get the flag here, if you see that, or it tightens up here. And this is kind of where we're at today. It's about right there. And then once it breaks it, so I've got a starter position this. When it breaks the all-time high, maybe I'll add more, like right there. And then you see it ran another 100% from there even. So maybe on KXIN, I don't know much about it fundamentally to say if it would go even further, but there's something happening here. So it potentially, maybe it'll run up to, let's see, I'm going to say target would be like right here, 550 if it runs and breaks this, possibly something like that. Maybe sell it 50, 100%, a third, and then keep the rest longer on some sort of moving average that's behind it that follows. But it's looking like it's holding up. Maybe get a pilot buy and then buy more once it breaks $3.45 right there, or $3.45. And then what else? I was looking. Oh, and then Hood. Hood actually looks good here to me. This is if you can see this, it's a descending wedge pattern right here, like that. And it just filled the gap from when it gapped up, 50 or 100% or something like that. A week or two ago. And so we got a descending wedge, we got a gap fill right here of this gap, and then it's tightening up, descending wedge. So when it breaks the prior day's high would be the entry. So the high of today is 48.85. If it breaks that tomorrow, or if it even breaks even today, it breaks 49.79 would be an entry, but it'd be better tomorrow because it's a little bit tighter pattern. Tomorrow if it breaks 48.85, that's your entry, or any future days, whatever. If it on another day, if it breaks the high of the prior day, then that's the entry on Hood. So that's kind of all the plays I'm looking at, seeing at the moment that look like potential. The general market's kind of weak, so you can't really hold stuff long like you could last year from March 2020 to February 2021 during the coronavirus crash. So, or after the coronavirus crash, you could hold stuff a lot longer, and it'll run 100% after the breakout. But now things it's a lot faster, shorter, choppier because we're kind of overextended, I think, on the general market. Like if you look at SPX here. We're just at all-time highs, grinding up slowly. Every dip's gotten bought. It will hit the 50-day moving average and pop back up. I mean, we could have a crash again, but I don't know if it would be. The Fed's still pumping 120 billion a day, as far as I know at the moment. And whereas right here, see, we're grinding up the same type of pattern right here. You got the same thing there. There, it's a tightening volatility up at the end of the range. One here overshot the high, so we could be in for some sort of a crash, but the only difference is here we had an inverted bond yield curve and the Fed wasn't pumping money. There's no stimulus package coming, whereas here we do. So that's kind of the thing offsetting it. If there was no money printing, we'd be in for probably a huge crash right now, but probably smaller ones because of the printing, and maybe we just keep slowly grinding up. It's hard to say, but if we get say if you see this drop and we get a close below the 50-day moving average here, so every other time it touches it, maybe we get a close here, but then it reverses pretty soon, or even here after the 100. But anyway, if we start going down here and getting some, more closes, everything drops below this range right here and doesn't hold up, then maybe look out. But anyway, the individual stocks are not acting well, and you got to sell stuff quicker. If you look at all the old winners from last year, I don't know, Tesla, Snow, MongoDB, Crowd, everything's. There's a couple still going up, but most stuff's kind of in the red still at the moment. They were in the red yesterday, so it's just weaker in general. On the VIX is going up actually too here. So looks like either another short-term pullback or it could be more if we break above, say, 21 in the VIX and it holds up. But anyway, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm playing. That's our market review. And as far as cryptos, forgot. Bitcoin's holding up. It's like I said, we had the same thing here. We had the lower high break of the last higher low, and then still holding up above that. So could have a pullback in the short term, but I expect it to continue. This is on the weekly chart, and it could have a pullback to maybe these levels and then go up, but that's still a higher low in either case. As long as we don't go down below like 37,000, we got a higher low, I'd say, for the most part, unless you're counting this, but not really a major one there. So crypto's in an uptrend. The other ones are actually the same, like Ethereum's doing the same thing, and it's holding, grinding up well. And probably in for a pullback, but that'll just set the next higher low, and then we'll have to look at it then. But that's it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and hopefully make some money here. Talk to you later.